Hi there, Dr. J here. Today we're going to talk about childhood ear infections and why chiropractic care is very successful at helping the body to correct this condition. First off, ear infections in children are caused by a fluid buildup within the ear. Once that fluid builds up in the ear, bacteria then is susceptible to growth. And once the bacteria grows, that becomes an infection. So typically when your child has an earache and he goes to the doctor, they look in and they see the redness and they can see the swelling and the infection in there. So they'll put the child on the course of antibiotics, and the antibiotics are designed to go in there and destroy the bacteria and kill the infection. And that's what the antibiotic does. But the problem is if you can't get rid of the cause of why the bacteria is building up in there, then the antibiotic is not going to be successful and the ear infection is going to come back again. So to understand this merry-go-round of repeated ear infections, we have to look at the anatomy of the ear. There's a tube in this ear that runs from the outer ear into the inner ear. And the tube is typically where fluid builds up. Now in a small child, the tube does not, it's sort of more horizontal, right? In an adult, the tube points downward. So when fluid is in the ear, the fluid drains down the tube. Now in a child, the tube, instead of being slanted downward, is closer to horizontal, like this. There's a slant to it, but it's closer to horizontal. Now what we've learned is that if there's muscular tension in the neck, cervical muscular tension, the tension in the neck muscles pulls on the tube and makes the tube go from slight downward slant to horizontal. And now, because the tube is horizontal, the fluid can't drain out. So when a child gets an ear infection and there's fluid in there and he's given an antibiotic, the antibiotic goes in and it eats up the infection and the infection goes away. But because the tube is still horizontal due to the cervical muscle tension, there's going to be more fluid buildup, more bacteria, and then a return of an ear infection. And then you get another antibiotic and we go through this again, and then it happens again and it happens again. So what we've learned in chiropractic care is that by finding the misaligned vertebra in the neck and eliminating the cervical muscle tension, the tube starts to point downward. And once the tube points downward, then the fluid is able to escape again and drain and get out, and then there's no more bacterial buildup. And that's how we can stop the ear infections from returning and jump off that ear infection merry-go-round. So chiropractic care, one of its most successful conditions that it helps the body get rid of is childhood ear infections. And it's all about finding subluxated vertebra and eliminating the muscle tension so that the tube can drain the fluid out properly and we can prevent those ear infections from reoccurring. So that's your chiropractic relationship to childhood ear infections. I will see you in the next video.